In this lesson on auxiliary views and editing with grips, we're going to talk about setting up the principal views, setting up the top view, using the offset command, and polar tracking. An important rule concerning multi-view drawings is to draw enough views to accurately describe the design. This usually requires 2 or 3 of the regular views, such as a front view, a top view, and a side view. Many designs have features located on inclined surfaces that are not parallel to the regular planes of projection. To truly describe the feature, the true shape of the feature must be shown using an auxiliary view. An auxiliary view has a line of sight that is perpendicular to the inclined surface, as viewed looking directly at the inclined surface. An auxiliary view is a supplementary view that can be constructed from any of the regular views. This lesson will demonstrate the construction of an auxiliary view using various CAD techniques. We're going to examine the use of a very powerful AutoCAD grips feature. In AutoCAD, a grip is a small square displayed on a pre-selected object. Grips are key control locations such as the endpoints and midpoints of lines and arcs. Different types of objects display different numbers of grips. Using grips, we can stretch, move, mirror, scale, rotate, and copy objects without entering commands or clicking toolbars. Grips reduce the keystrokes and object selection required in performing common editing commands. To edit with grips, we select the objects before issuing any commands. To get started, we're going to open up AutoCAD. We're then going to go select a template. We're going to browse, go find our template that we've been using, the ACAD AH title, and open it. First thing I want you to do is verify that construction is the current layer in the drawing. In this case, it is. In the status bar, we want to switch on Grid Display, Dynamic Input, Object Snap Tracking, Object Snap, and Line Weight. We're going to first create construction geometry for the front view. We want to select the rectangle icon to start. We're going to place the first corner point of the rectangle near the lower left corner of the screen. Then we're going to create a 3-inch by 2.25-inch rectangle. Next, we're going to use the grips editing tools to make a copy of the rectangle. So I want you to pick any edge of the rectangle that was just created. We're going to right-click to bring up the pop-up menu. In this menu, we're going to select Copy Selection. We want to pick the lower right corner as the base point. A copy of a rectangle will be attached via the lower right corner to our cursor. We're going to enter at 0, 0.75. This is going to position the second rectangle at the location for the vertical 30-degree angle. We're going to pre-select the copy by picking the top horizontal line. And then inside the drawing area, we're going to right-click and select the rotate option. In the command prompt area, it's asking us to specify base point. We're going to pick the lower right corner of the selected rectangle. Now it's going to ask us to specify rotation angle. We're going to rotate it 30 degrees. We're now going to set up the top view. To do this, we're going to need to zoom out just a little bit. We're going to go select the rectangle option in the toolbar, and we're going to move the cursor over the top left corner of the first rectangle that we created. This is going to activate our object tracking. You'll see right there. We're going to move the cursor upward to a location that's 1.5 inches away. We're going to left click there. We're going to place the triangle. It's going to be a 3-inch by 2-inch rectangle. To do that, we're going to do at 3, 2. We've now created the outline of the top view of our V-block design. We're going to pre-select the rectangle that we just created by left-clicking any edge of it. We're then going to select the explode icon in the Modify toolbar. The top rectangle now consists of 4 separate line segments. We're now going to create some offsets. So I'm going to go up here to offset. It's going to ask us offset distance. We want to do 0.2, enter. I'm going to select this top line. I'm going to offset it down. Select the bottom line. I'm going to offset it up. Then I'm going to right click and select Enter to exit the offset command. Inside the drawing area, I'm going to right click to bring up the pop-up menu option to select the repeat offset. I want you to notice something real quick while I'm in here though, that none of the grips editing commands are displayed. The grip editing commands are displayed only if objects are pre-selected. So I'm going to go ahead and repeat offset. This time I'm going to offset by 0.75, and I'm going to grab that top horizontal line of the top view. I'm going to bring it down 0.75, and I'm going to grab the bottom one, bring it up 0.75. I'm going to right click, enter, exit the offset command. The 4 parallel lines will be used to construct the top V-cut feature and the 2 0.75 inch by 30 degree cut features at the base of the V block in the top view. I'm going to next start creating object lines. Before I do that, I want to go up here and change from construction line to object lines. Then I'm going to go to the line command. I'm going to use this lower left corner as my starting point. I'm going to start there. I'm going to go all the way out here to the end, go up to there to my second point, and go right over here to my third point. Before I move on, I want to make sure that polar tracking is on. Note that polar tracking is one of AutoCAD's auto track features. The auto track features include 2 tracking options, polar tracking and object snap tracking. When polar tracking option is turned on, alignment markers are displayed to help us create objects at precise positions and angles. We want to move the cursor on top of the polar tracking option, and we want to click once with the right mouse button so that we can see all the different options there. We're going to go ahead and select settings in the option menu, tracking settings, and we're going to set the increment angle to 30. We also want to go over to object snap tracking settings and track using all polar angle settings. Once we've got that set, we're going to select OK. AutoCAD Auto Track automatically snaps the cursor to the intersection point and displays the alignment marker. I'm going to click once with the right mouse button on the polar option in the status bar area to bring up the options menu. I'm going to open this back up, and in the drafting settings dialog box, I'm going to set the increment angle to 90. I'm also going to turn on the track orthogonally only. And then I'm going to make sure the polar angle measurement is relative to last segment. Then I'm going to select OK. And now you'll see that it's 90 degrees to the last segment. I want to left click at the intersection point, and then I want to close by hitting C, enter, and it will close my drawing.